What's going on everyone, Nathan here, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how you can achieve your goals faster in 2020. And you're going to do that by implementing some tips, some habits I'm going to share with you in this video here. To find out all the details, all you have to do is stay with me. But first, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you also hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Alright, so 2020, what you are going to achieve, whatever it is actually, it doesn't have to be with make money online. It can be like running a marathon sprint, it can be winning a campaign, winning a medal or something like that. I don't know what it is, but you need to set up a foundation, and it is probably 95% and the rest is the 5% there. So what I'm going to share with you here in today's video is probably the 95% there that you need to set up right so you can succeed and achieve whatever you want in 2020 and beyond. So I hope you pay attention and watch the whole video here so you don't skip or miss out on anything that is important here, because I think that is probably the most important thing, as I said, for you to succeed, to make money online or whatever you want to achieve there. Alright, with that being said, let's get started. First and foremost, you obviously need to set goals, okay? But just setting goals doesn't help, because we've done that in the past. It is the number one priority to set the outcome actually on what you want to achieve, why you are doing it. This is so important because this is going to help you actually later on when you find it is a tough day. Well, get reminded by why you're actually doing it, and that will help you to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing, okay? Because there are days when we don't feel that we don't want to do stuff like that, and whatever it's going to be actually. So we need to have the motivation there, okay? It's super important. I'm not going to sound like a motivational guru or something like that, but mindset is the number one thing. It is the 95%, and the 5% is the rest actually to succeeding in whatever you're going to do there, as I said earlier. Okay, so set out the outcome. This is so important. Why you actually are doing it. Why are you actually making money? You're doing it for a financial freedom, you're doing it for buying a house, a car, or whatever it is. Make sure you write that down, okay? I would prefer to write it in my journal. I'm going to come back later to this actually. Make sure you write it down. I prefer pen and paper to do this. You can do it, of course, in a digital version on your computer if you prefer that. But there is something with the written word there. Trust me on this one. Alright, so we have covered the mindset. I'm not going to go into detail. As I said, work on your mindset every single day, and what you need to do is create habits, because this is what successful people are doing, okay? They create habits and they do every single day this. This is a routine. We are creatures of habits, and the same goes for making money online or swimming or whatever you're going to do there. So make sure you create habits. So one of the most important habits that you are going to implement, if you haven't done it, in my opinion, it is to set up a morning routine. Why? Pretty simple, because this will set you up for the rest of the day, okay? If you work on this every morning, you are going to set it up for the rest of your day, no matter what you're going to do. So a morning routine, I'm going to share with you with what I'm doing. You can of course implement and do your own stuff there. It doesn't have to be exactly as mine here. But to give you an idea, I'm going to share with you my morning routine here. And the first thing I do when I wake up, I try to smile actually by just doing a smile and say that it's going to be a great day. Helps a lot. All right. After that, I get up and I get started with doing some stretching, some exercising a little bit just to get the blood going. And then I sit down. I do some breathing exercises, and I start to read. Okay, I start to read hard copy books. It can be whatever, okay? I prefer this one, for example, The One Thing. I shared this in the past, .com Secrets. Here's another marketing book from Brian G. Johnson, Trust Funnel. I like to learn about marketing, whatever I'm involved in, and I like to learn this kind of stuff here in hard copy books, okay? I haven't opened my computer yet, but you can read, of course, whatever you want to. I prefer to read this kind of stuff, motivational stuff. It can be Think and Grow Rich or whatever, doesn't matter really, as long as you're reading. By reading, you're getting started with exercising the brain in the morning, okay? So even that is for your mindset, of course, also. Now this will help a lot for the mindset. So reading books, when I finish that, I usually read about 15 minutes, 20 maybe sometimes. When I'm done with that, I'm getting started to meditate. Don't overcomplicate this. Take 5 minutes. You can sit on a chair if you don't want to sit in a lotus or something like that. Close your eyes and focus on breathing. That's all you have to do. You're going to get tons of distractions, I know that, but try to get back on it. Needless to say, actually, the benefits of meditation, but you're getting so much out of meditating in the morning, actually. You're going to be more relaxed, more in control of what you're going to do for the rest of the day. And you can combine the meditation a little bit with visualization, with your outcome there. So if it is a car, a house, or whatever it is, make sure you have it in place there so you can think about it when you're meditating. Try as much as possible to just focus on the breath there, because it will help you to get focused, actually. So when I'm finished with meditating, I started recently, a few months back, to take cold showers. So I get in the shower and I take cold, and I mean really cold shower there, okay? Has tons of benefits. Do your own research about this. I noticed this is probably better than whatever kind of coffee you're going to drink in the morning there, but it's not only for that I'm doing it for a lot of other benefits. But I'm feeling so refreshed, actually, when I'm finished with that. So we have a morning routine in place. Then I'm getting started working my day here. So as I said, it's a combination of habits and also productivity stuff here I'm sharing with you in today's video. I hope that you like so far what you see. If you do that, smash that like button. Really appreciate it. So the next thing we need to implement, another habit, is the MIT, M-I-T, which stands for Most Important Tasks. We want to do the most important tasks in the morning because that is when we are more productive, actually. We should have planned the day before, the night before, actually, before we go to bed. We should have a plan on what we're going to do the next day so we know exactly what to do there. So implement that as a habit. Do the hardest tasks in the morning there as soon as possible, if not the first thing in the morning. And another habit to implement is working in time chunks. Why? Because what you can do is, I have an external timer. I shown it many times, actually. Probably the best investment I did for many years back. And I work in 50-minute chunks. It works for me. You can do whatever you want. 25, it's the Pomodoro technique, and taking a 5. I like to work in 50-minute chunks and take a 10-minute break there. What I do is I actually turn off all the distractions, all the social media, the plings and the stuff like that, the phones and everything, and I know that I will be focused for 15 minutes. Then I can take a 10-minute break and I can get in Facebook or whatever it is I'm going to do, taking that phone call or whatever it is. I do that during those 10 minutes. I prefer actually to get up and stretching a little bit, move on, so get the blood going, and then I get back for another chunk there. I do until 2-3 p.m. actually. Then it is time to take a break. And here comes the next important thing. You should do some kind of physical exercise. I'm not your doctor, I'm not your physician, so make sure you consult with your doctor, whatever you can do. So for me it works to go to the gym. I like to go 3 times a week. I like to also take some walks from time to time. Usually on Sundays, for example, when I want to relax, I like to get out for a walk. And I also like to go once a week, if possible, go out and run actually in the morning, the first thing I do. So I wake 1 hour earlier actually when I do this. So that is also, wake up early. If you're going to have to sacrifice sometimes your sleep, but get up 1 hour earlier there, and you are going to be much more productive by doing that. Alright, so when we have the physical exercise, we want also to implement something else, and one habit is to learn skills. You want to learn skills, this is much more preferable by just learning something for the day. A skill could be copywriting, for example. You don't have to be a copywriting expert, but you should know the basics, for example, because it's going to help you to craft an email. You're going to have an opinion on a sales letter, even if you don't write it yourself. I think this is one very important skill that can help you to survive in, especially actually in the online business, all right? But learn any kind of skills. I mean, video editing, for example. This is a skill. You learn a skill because you can live on that. I can do freelance jobs, editing videos, for example. That is a skill. Copywriting. Someone wants to hire me as a copywriter. I have written email swipes for solo vendors in the past, still do for many. So, I mean, there is a lot of things that you can do. Think of what you're good at. If not, try to get good at it. I wasn't good in copywriting. I wasn't good in English. English is my third language, for example. Okay, I can speak Swedish. I was born in Sweden. I can speak Greek, and of course English also. So I wasn't good, but I learned, and I still learning. That is where the book reading also comes in place. It helps a lot, trust me. I read English books, for example. It helps me, and I improve every single day. So this is a really super important habit that you should implement. Learn skills. I'm also learning skills with the books that I'm reading. Okay, I'm learning about how to build a funnel, for example, in the trust funnel with the book I showed you earlier, and so on. So keep that in mind also. You need to be persistent. Rome wasn't built in a day, so I've seen it so many times. People that come, they are sacrificing a little bit in the beginning, but there are other people that they are giving up within a few days actually. And if it was that easy, everyone would be rich, no one would be working, so it doesn't work like that. You need to be persistent, and once again, that is why it's so important to have the why in place. Just get reminded of the why. Have it written somewhere that you can see it whenever you feel that this was a horrible day, it didn't work. Have your why in place. I have it so many times. I was almost going to cry many times. I felt everything was not working for me, but I looked at my why and then I got started the next day. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, you learn from the failures, okay? Fail as fast as possible. If you heard that phrase, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I failed thousands of times, actually. Thousands, I really mean it. I mean it thousands of times. But I survived as an entrepreneur on and offline for almost 2 decades now. So keep that in mind. Success isn't only one way every single day. You will have your failures there. That is how you learn, that is how you improve, and how you succeed. Take a break whenever you can. If you can take a day off, do it. If you can take a half day off, do that. It works, but take some time off and enjoy life. This is so important also. You need to get remembered once again of the why there. Take it off, forget about your business, forget about everything, go out and do something completely different, and you will feel so refreshing when you get back to get started to work the next day. You should also surround yourself with like-minded people whenever possible. You can find them in groups, whatever you are involved in actually. Just look around and make sure that they do more or less the same thing as you do. This is very, very important also. If you try, for example, to explain for people that you are involved in online marketing and so on, and someone that hasn't any experience in it, they can't give you really advice on it. So in my opinion, make sure you surround yourself with like-minded people, and especially with people who has been where you are, because they are going to help you to move forward. Final tip, final habit, make sure you sleep enough. This is probably the best medicine. It sounds really crazy and weird, but trust me on this one. If you can, make sure you sleep every single day same time. Okay, keep that in mind. If you can do it, if not, if you can do at least 5 days a week, make sure you sleep and make sure you are sleeping enough. Okay, I don't say that you should sleep 24 hours or something like that, but 7-8 hours, whatever works for you. For me, example, I like to sleep 7 hours. I know it is 7 and 7.5 hours. That works for me. I'm rested, I can move on the rest of the day, do all this that I have shared with you in this video here. Final thing before I go to bed, I like to plan a little bit for the next day if possible. If not, okay, I missed it, I failed, I will do it in the morning. But if I can, it will help me because I know exactly what to do the next day and I will save myself huge amount of time. Those were the tips here. I hope that you got some value in here and that you are really going to implement it. As I said, it's 95% the foundation to do this right, and it's not only about making money online, but this is probably more important than anything else here. So get started, implement some of the habits, take one habit at a time, actually, also another tip here, and get started to implement these habits. And I'm really looking forward to hear your success story in 2020 and beyond with these habits and whatever you're going to do in your life there. If you got some value here, make sure to smash that like button below. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to both my YouTube channels that you're going to see here. You're going to find an end screen with 2 channel recommendations. Both are mine and both are related. So make sure you subscribe to both. Make sure you hit the notification bell also. And you're going to find another video recommendation at my end screen here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.